I promise you that, I haven't experienced so much of happiness with all the films that put together in my life, being blockbusters, 100 crores, 200 crores, whatever they must have done. But the kind of happiness and satisfaction that I get helping these souls is much more than any blockbuster that you can do in your life. Like if I was connected with the political party, I wouldn't have been able to do what I could do during these last 3 4 months. I would have required to take some free permissions, follow free protocols, do this, do that, what others were doing it. But I did it because I was like a one-man show. I have to do my own thing. I never.
Hi guys, this is Ankita and you are tuned into ppmoon.com. Today we have with us, who should we call him precisely? Supervillain to superhero to real life hero. There are many names and the love is in abundance. But one thing which I have to, if ever call Sonu Sood, will be to introduce will be kindness begets kindness, sir. You have proved it. It's a chain of reaction we can see. When you started Sonu with helping one particular individual or from 11th of May till now, it's a chain and it's a chain of a beautiful process where we can see India as a united front and everyone hailing you as, I don't know, should I call you Masiha for helping out the world? You tell me.
I'm a common man. I just thought, I could relate to those problems that people were facing during this pandemic. Whether it was the traveling problems, whether the food problems, whether you talk about now medical problems, whether the international action. I've gone through all that, and as an individual, I feel it's very important for someone to come forward and to just think about it. I think what this pandemic has taught us that it's not the time when we should talk about, we have paid our taxes, it's the job of a government to do it, or an individual or our local MLA, MP has to do it. But I think it was a time to act as a government, to come forward and set some examples. I don't know what triggered, but there was some magic that happened, when I connected with these migrants. And I took it as a mission that every day I have to send as many as people I can. And then in no time, we almost counted more than 1.5 lakh people who we could send back to their homes. And when I realized that, I've sent all these guys back to their homes and now, okay, it'll be an easy thing. But that's the time when the whole thing started. When those international people who were stuck in different parts of the world, when they started getting connected, when people with medical problems started getting connected, when people with education needs, then those people started getting connected. Now it's I can't open my emails because I get almost 2,000 mails every single day. So I'm totally lost. I'm going to start a new account for my personal email, connections with you guys. But otherwise, I feel that it's kind of a huge responsibilities on your shoulder that now you feel that, now the whole country is after you and they need, and they believe that, I can solve the problem. That's the biggest, I would say, stress that, Sonu hai to kar hi dega. People in Gorakhpur, Bihar, Madhubani, they said, we have this shoulder injury, we have this knee problem, you're not getting this plasma thing done for our COVID thing, you're not getting an admission in AIMS, all this. You please get it done. We are not getting our reservations of the train not getting confirmed. Can you get it done for us? So all these things, there's ek phone maroge sab ho jayega. So I think that's the biggest challenge now I'm facing now.
But Sonu, does it put a certain pressure on you? I don't know if it's good, but it's suddenly like you're like this caretaker, the caregiver, like we call our parents. We always turn up to them when we need help. You always turn up to them, then they will always set everything right. That is only, I think, one relationship which we have immense faith in, apart from the religious faith which everyone talks about. You have started, I have seen your Twitter, people have started treating you that way. It's like it's you, as you said, ho jayega. A tweet to you, and there is so much hope. There is so much faith. Does it scare you sometimes? Like everyone expects so much.
It does scare me because I want to help them. I want to deliver. I remember in the morning, I got this tweet from a gentleman called Rex in Philippines. And he said, there are 13 little kids, aged from 1 year, 2 years, 2.5 years. They need immediate liver transplants. So it's going to happen in Max Hospital and Apollo Hospitals in Delhi. And 5 to 6 kids already, they lost their lives because they were not able to travel from Philippines. And these surgeries are very, very important to happen ASAP. They send me those images of those little kids, and from Philippines they need to reach ASAP for the surgeries. So there are 13 little kids, 13 donors, and 13 attendants. So 39 of them, they have to come to Delhi anyhow. So since morning I was after them, and finally they are flying tomorrow, and they will reach back in Delhi, and they'll have their surgeries in next week. So I think when all these challenges come, they're not my space. This is not something that I'm trained to do it. But when you have this kind of expectations that people, or a belief that people know that he can do it and he's reachable. So I think that lends certain amount of pressure on your shoulders that, yeah, man, you have to do it. And I would say God's been kind that all these difficult and impossible tasks where a lot of government agencies have also failed, but they get it delivered from me. So I think there's some magic working behind that.
But Sonu, what is it which drives you every day, every morning you get up? What is that one driving force, or maybe the one driving force which actually started it? Because it's easier to start an initiative, you know it better, but to keep up with the pace for so long, especially knowing that this pandemic is not going away anytime soon and the challenges are only getting bigger, what every day motivates you that, hey, this is a new day and I have to go and help out those so many voices?
When it was like a ripple effect, it was like a chain reaction. When the first lot of people went to Karnataka, those smiles through those windows of those buses and saying goodbye was something which was magical. I thought, I have to continue this. And then the trains came, then the flights came, then millions of people when they went. So those prayers did the trick, and everything started happening. And I thought that this is not something like a project. Okay, I have sent these many people. Good, I've done my job as an individual. My job is over. Now other citizens also need to come forward. But it came like, okay, man, this is your job. You have to do it. And I take this as my job, as my duty. And every day when I wake up in the morning and I see this challenge, okay, this so-and-so athlete is in Gorakhpur. He needs a knee surgery. They need a knee transplant, some kind of a hip joint, this send me with the reports. They know that bus, they've said, we have sent the reports, now it will be done. So yesterday I was shooting for something, and there was a surgery that was happening of a girl called Pragya. She was from Gorakhpur. She was struggling for past 1.5 years, and then she got in, someone connected through Twitter, and day before yesterday I had sent her to Delhi, and yesterday the surgery happened. So on the video call I spoke to her from Delhi. And she was also happy that, she was saying, I was bedridden for 1.5 years now, and I'll be able to move. So I think this is just one incident, but there are millions who must be needing that connection. And I wish, more people should come forward and take this as a part of their life. They should pledge, okay, in a month, or maybe in 6 months, or maybe in 2 months, whatever to the best of their capabilities, adopt a patient, adopt someone who needs you. So I think that's the only way we can cure. Otherwise, it's not possible. Yeah.
But Sonu, as you were an actor, more than 2 decades, that's the profession, and that's how we know you in the first place. How you're able to manage that thing and the logistics of, I should say, maybe this entire thing which you are doing. I don't even know how to name it anymore, because it just keeps on getting bigger, and I fail to find a name how to put it up, because as I said, well, there are 2 different aspects, 2 huge responsibilities. So how you balance both them?
As an actor, I got almost 6 scripts during this lockdown, and still they are lying on my table. I started reading one of them, and in 2-3 pages, and I'm through those 2-3 pages, I suddenly lose that focus. I feel, no, someone is calling. I need to speak to someone. Someone is calling from some part of the country, and I again get connected, and I lose that interest in those scripts. So my directors also sometimes they follow. So no, yaar, padha tune script padha. I said, yeah, I read that, sir, but suddenly I'm not able to focus. Let me finish all this, and then I'll get to it. I promise you that I haven't experienced so much of happiness with all the films that put together in my life, being blockbusters, 100 crores, 200 crores, whatever they must have done. But the kind of happiness and satisfaction that I get helping these souls is much more than any blockbuster that you can do in your life. So yeah, I feel this is my job now. And now, okay, yesterday I was shooting, and I was shooting for 5-6 hours, and I missed going through that social media, Twitter or Facebook, wherever these people send those messages. And at the back of my mind, it was going, यार someone must be trying to connect with me. कुछ miss ना हो जाए, कोई जरूरतमंद ना हो जाए, कुछ serious cases ना हो. So I think all these things are going to stay with me forever, no matter when the things will become normal. We'll be shooting, but I will keep on doing it. I've just opened a foundation called Soothe Foundation, which I will assign few people I work with, take care of them. Kuch na kuch problem I will just keep them posted. So I don't want to lose touch with all these people I've connected in last few months. I feel they are my extended families living in different parts of the country and different parts of the world now.
Coming back to that family part, I have two things to ask. All the people you have helped, I see babies named after you. I see their businesses named after you. The tattoos of your name. It's so unlike of something which we have seen, because normally we worship an actor. You know how we take it as in our nation, but this time we are in awe, or we are in thankful of gratitude of someone who has helped them give a new lease of life. How do you take that? This is the sudden rush of love, which is actually unexpected. Like, I remember you were quite taken aback when someone actually ended up naming a child after you, and I read your response. It was like, this is too humbling for words.
I spoke to that family, and he said and this guy started crying. I still remember those visuals, and I'd sent this family to Darbhanga in Bihar. She was a pregnant lady, about to deliver, and she was not able to move also. On a trolley, we got her. It was the peak of the lockdown. We got her somehow in my car. We reached at the station. I got her booked, and the whole train I had booked on that day, almost 2,700 people traveling. We got her sit on a trolley on which you have this luggage on at the station. Slowly, we got her boarded, and she went back, reached Darbhanga. She delivered, and when she was talking to me on the phone, he started crying. He said, "मेरे एक ही इच्छा है कि मेरा बेटा जब बड़ा हो, ये सोनू बड़ा हो, तो ये बड़ा हो कि आप ही जैसा बने और लोगों की मदद करे." So I feel I could change something in their lives. The drive to do something good to others, bring a change in the society. I think I've been able to embed that feeling in their lives, and I feel blessed. I think my mom and dad must be feeling proud, sitting in heavens, that Sonu has done something right in life.
How about your own family, Sonu? This is, as we have been talking about, and I'm able to understand the depth and the width of this entire, I should say, the gesture which you are doing to the other people. How does your own family deal with it? Because that's an equal amount of support. You're risking your health. You have been out and about, and it's not something that you're just sending off people. We have seen you. You're literally seeing off people at the station, at the airport, wherever you can. You're risking yourself to this entire, I should say, the disease as well. How does your family deal with it? While it's equally proud moment that you're doing it, it's equally stressful at the other end for them.
They were very stressed when I used to go out in the initial days, but then they realized that this is something which I'm living with. There's another flat in the same building above my flat where I'm living now. So I used to sleep there also a lot of times. I used to be 18, 20 hours on the roads, and sometimes in the middle of night, I used to come and sleep there on the flat. And next day again, morning 6:37, I used to leave for the stations or to the hospital to get connected with these migrants, the certificates, the traveling documents and all. So I was there, but I was not there. But the kind of support I got from them was immense. They realized that I'm living with the migrants now. This is my mission now. So they were very supportive. They always used to say that, just take care. Don't go next time. At least go now today, but don't go next time. I always used to make those promises and break those promises the next day. And then they realized that he's not going to stop, and he's somewhere, it's a different connection that I have with all these people. And then they were very supportive, and they realized that, this is my dream, which I am living now.
I ask you so, Sonu, because you have been one of the front faces, if I have to call, about propagating good health, good living. And in this entire time, you yourself have to be taking care of your own health per se, and you still propagate. I open your Instagram, you definitely take out time to work upon yourself and to keep yourself healthy. How are you managing, man? How many aspects are you managing in a day?
my there were 7 to 8 days when I totally missed my workout because I was actually living on the roads. 22, 23 hours I was on the road day night. So I missed a lot of days, but that was the only time when I never missed working out. Otherwise, in the shoot, sometimes you're not able to work out. You say, I missed a workout, but I never used to miss it because I felt that was more important. But now, yeah, I get time to work out because it's more of international evacuations that happen. So the timelines are different. So in the night, I'm awake most of the time speaking to the ambassadors, embassies, all these people, permission students, the Zoom calls, medical students in different parts of the world. So, and the day, again, I'm with you or connecting with all those people, permissions who are coming, different parts, medical emergencies, educational emergencies, all these things. So, yeah, I feel that, when you are loving what you're doing at the moment, you don't feel tired. You can spare 1 hour for your workout. That keeps you more agile. That keeps you more fresh to work harder. But like I said, this time, the times that we are living now, that has taught me a lot of new lessons of life, and I wish that I could spread that message across.
One thing which came to my notice, Sonu, your constant and very not disapproval, I should be saying, but very constant stance that you are not joining politics. It's very easy when we have a philanthropy act by an individual or maybe an actor. The second step, which everyone expects him to be either part of a political party or to be face of a political party. But you were very clear that I am not getting into politics. But why? Don't you think it will provide you a wider base, a bigger range to reach out to people and to be to have a more smoother flow with the administration if you want to provide help at such a large scale?
To an extent, it'll have its own pros and cons. Like if I was connected with the political party, I wouldn't have been able to do what I could do during these last 3, 4 months. I would have required to take some few permissions, follow few protocols, do this, do that, what others were doing it. But I did it because I was like a one-man show. I have to do my own thing. I never took any permissions from anyone. I just went out, sat in any police station, went to any hospital, went to any migrant people where the migrants were staying. So yeah, it has benefits also that I can make things faster, easier on a larger scale. I've been offered politics from past 10, 15 years. People have been asking me to join politics from Punjab and all these places. But I believe that it's not the right time. As an actor, still I need to explore a lot of new avenues. I need to stay in front of the camera for some more years, and still miles to go. But when the day will come, who knows? There will be some day when I'll think, okay, no, I need to do by getting into politics and all. But as of now, I'm not very keen. But the day I'll do it, I promise that I'll bring a lot of changes.
So one thing which no one has been talking about, which if I'm not wrong, going by your social media, is you're also doing a lot for the animal welfare. I have seen there are some posts out there and there are some people thanking you for there. There are some secret helps, I should be saying, that you're also not just apart from the migrants and the laborers, you're also helping a lot for the cause of animal. What's that? If you could shed some light on that, because I haven't seen you talk much about it somehow.
If we wanted to talk about, there were thousands of things that we are doing. We can talk about it, but I feel I never put any post on my Instagram with the migrants or anything. I haven't done anything like that. But since it was on such a large scale, people got to know about it. Yes, animals are something which we live with. I love animals, and a lot of people like me, my friends, they are feeding animals, and since the lockdown is there, they're not getting any cat food, dog food, and all. So we've got these shops in different cities. Whoever needs any kind of animal food in any part of the country, we give it to them. And there are good people who have been doing and feeding all these stray dogs, cats, animals, all these people. So they know that I'm helping them, and they immediately messaged me and they said, we need this food, and I said, take it, whatever you want it. So I think they need us, so we need to do our bit. Yeah. So that's what little I could do, yeah. But it's very strange, when people know that there's someone helping you, then the word spreads very fast. In our industry, there were junior artists who approached me, male junior artists, female junior artists, old junior artists. I never knew all these different associations were old junior artists were also there with the card, without the card. Lightmen, dancers with the card, without the card. Female junior artists, male junior artists, then dancers, sport boys with the card, without the card. So there are thousands of people who exist, and when they got to know about it, they were at the building, they were sending messages on social media, please help us, we won't be able to survive. And then we took care of them also, and we are still doing it. But um, I realized during this pandemic that, the kind of help that must have reached to all these pockets was not enough. I think we needed more hands to come forward and help these people, because when you live in a place like Mumbai or all these metros, you don't have much savings to survive for 6-8 months. People earn, people give rent and all. There are thousands of people who became homeless. They wanted to go back. They don't have any place to stay. But I feel, I tell all my friends and whomever I get connected with that, this is the time, this is not their testing times of testing water. It's the world is testing you. How can you come forward and help those people? If you're able to do it, I tweeted also, which is again going on a repeat mode. If you're able, if you're in a position to help someone and you're not doing that, then God should bless you, with some wise thought that you should have to come forward, and all. People are enjoying baking cakes and so that somehow troubles me somewhere inside.
Yeah, like if you have the means to help, then why not? And as you said, that one individual is not a bad idea. Like even if all of us individual.
A small thing, I just started that thing, that okay, every doctor in the country, if he can do one surgery in 1 month. So imagine the kind of help that will reach to the whole world. A lot of doctors message me, sir, I pledge, I'm with you. I'll do one surgery all my life, every month. So, we did a couple of surgeries with them. Then more doctors came in. I said, okay, you can't do a surgery. An individual can't do a surgery. You can't afford it. At least sponsor those medicines. Okay, 2,000 rupees medicine, 3,000 rupees medicine. Maybe 3,000 is nothing for you, but for an individual, it's a big amount. Do that thing. Go to a hospital ki yaar kiski zarurat hai, medicine meri taraf se le lena, medicine shop se meri taraf se le lena. I think all these small thoughts will change how the whole society works. I think we need to do all that.
Do you realize, Sonu, that your Twitter account also has this one common thing that they want a biopic on you? People say that life and Sonu's efforts should be put up in film and shown across. How do you react to such news? Or if it ever happens, hypothetically, do we see Sonu Sood playing Sonu Sood?
I don't know, yaar. There were a lot of good writers in the industry who approached me, said we want to write a biopic on you or something. I said, I don't know whether I've done something good in life that it's really worth writing a biopic or not. You feel a little embarrassed. But yeah, there are a couple of people who are doing their bits in their zones, and they said, we are writing something and we'll come back to you and how it looks like. But I don't know. I still don't believe that I've done something which can be put on a film. But yeah, there are many interesting parts that have lived in last couple of years.
But if given a chance, will you step into your own shoes for the screen?
I can, of course, if given a chance, I would love to do it. And I don't think so there can be anyone who can play better than me.
Nice. So I'll take not enough time. And one last question, why? And I had a reason to ask you. I see your workout videos with your son, and there were some good comments I could see. And then suddenly there were another chain which starts with that. What if Sonu Sood tomorrow wants to launch his own son? Won't be that into an insider outside debate? And I was wondering that, hey, no one talks about you coming out, outside and then working out this far. So how tricky does it get for you that first you yourself started as an outsider? Now, after 20 years, we see something and then people put you in the same shoes like, hey, will you also push your son ahead? How do you, as an actor, how do you go through all this? Because it...
when someone asks me this question, that what do you want to say about nepotism and all these things that those debates are on, I always say that anyone who's connected to the industry, they will make sure that their kids or people who are they connected with, they'll have an easy access. Obviously, it is very tomorrow you are a journalist working in a certain organization, a friend of yours will have an easy access to get into um, that institute faster than anyone who's a
Agreed.
newcomer. Any field, where they talk about corporate, where they talk about. My dad had a cloth showroom in Punjab. For me, it was just to grow up and sit there at the shop and take care of the business. I never had to go through all that struggle that my dad went in all those years, making those customer connections, those buyers, those seller connections. And I just need to sit and take over the whole thing. So industry also is like that. I always tell that, okay, tomorrow when my son is going to come and if he wants to get into the industry, he's too young for that. He has to study, do a lot of things. Obviously, I will make few calls. He will have an extra edge. I used to stand for hours and hours in front of those offices. I never used to get an access to get into those offices or even show my pictures. I remember this very big director who was shooting in Borivali National Park. I had done 2 movies down in South. I went there with an album and with those pictures. And I went in front of him. I said, sir, I want to show you these pictures. And he said, yeah, come to the office and send to the guy that in office. Like I said, I've done 2 movies around South and would take a minute. You're sitting free if you can just spare a minute to see those pictures. He said, no point, when I'm not making a picture or something, I'm shooting for this movie. It's better you leave those pictures in the office. So he didn't even uh, give that 1 minute to me to just have a look at those pictures. Then I realized, when I've done 2 movies in South and still it's such a different industry to survive. And after years, a couple of years, that same director came to me with a script, Ki, Sonu, you have to do this movie for me and all. So I was not very keen to do that film. I told him, Ki, sir, I just want to remind you that years back I did this thing happen. He said, no, it can't be true. I would have seen your pictures. I said, no, sir, you didn't see the pictures. I remember that. I want to tell you, but okay, I'm not very keen in this script because it doesn't excite me as an actor. But he said, are you not doing this script because I didn't see your pictures? So I said, no, it's not fair to say that, but yeah, it's not exciting me. The point I want to mention is, it's just a time that matters. It's बोलते हैं ना, समय का जो चक्र होता है बड़ा बलवान होता है. It's like that. Uh, when the time comes, everyone will be after you. They'll say, we want you, you are the best. And when the time is not there, the same people will vanish. So I know these facts. I've started from a scratch. I tell my kids also. I said, if you have to make it, you have to make it on your own. You have to work hard, grind, go through that grind. My father said, told me, just go and buy a flat in Mumbai. Why you need to struggle? You're the only son. I said, no, I want to go through that grind and let me see how this word, you know, accepts me, whether they reject me or accept me. I want to go through that whole process. And I think that process is what made me wiser in life. I want my kids to again go through their share of struggle to become wiser in life. And yes, tomorrow if they need me, I'm there to give them a call and tell them, okay, this is good, this is not good. But that's what parents are for, and that will always exist. And an outsider will always have a tough call to sustain this industry.
Okay, just simple. What's next, Sonu? In the last, when we have to close off, what's next from you?
I don't know. I never plan my day. I think new things pop up, and then I start chalking out the whole roadmap. So, as an actor, yes, I'm doing Prithviraj for Yash Raj. I'm doing 2 movies down south also. There's a couple of home productions that I'm planning, though I'm not able to give much time to them. But as of now, I feel there will be a lot of new challenges that I'm going to face in these coming few weeks because the inflow of people who are trying to reach me is multiplied to a number which is very tough to handle. So, but I am just trying to put those things together and map the whole thing in a way that everything is in a very organized manner, and I can reach out to everyone. So I think that's what I'm really working on, and I hope that I'll be able to deliver in coming months also.
But wishing you all the luck, sir. I hope every endeavor of yours definitely reaches new heights. And thank you for helping beyond the means. I should be saying, like, as actors, we have many people out there, but there are very few who step up and say that we'll take the baton and move on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your words are very encouraging. God bless you. Thank you so much.